Alright, here's the idea then. Someone asked if I could look at the synths in the HX Stomp, so that's what I'm going to do. Try and do things that people want. So if you want to like and subscribe, you could. That would be appreciated. That's what I want from you, sort of. But yeah, hopefully this will be helpful. Let's get into it. So the first thing I'd suggest is that probably right at the front of your preset, whatever you're using. So right now I'm using a kind of clean-ish preset. Let's say clean-ish, it's probably not that clean, but that's the settings on the Fullerton jump. But you can sort of... I'm playing with a Strat, so it's clean-ish, but more really kind of edge of breakup. This is the Rochester comp on stock settings, so that's giving quite a push. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this Timmy for now so that we've got a bit more DSP. Now, pitched synth tones. So if you look in mono, what you've actually got there is relatively limited. So we've got just kind of simple pitch which can go up an octave. So this kind of works quite well for the kind of maybe Pat Metheny-ish stuff. So if you kind of chuck this up, don't forget with all of this stuff, playing chords is kind of so yeah, I would run your synth after a compressor just because that helps to even things out a bit. So where you actually want to go, I think, is legacy. So I'm going to just show you some of these. So bass octaver does your boss kind of octave thing. Smart harmony, obviously a harmony. So a few more artifacts I think than the more recent blocks that do that similar sort of thing. So here's where we really get into the good stuff. So OctiSynth. So this is like a ring mod. So super useful that. Crack that out all the time at a wedding. But here's the actual useful stuff then. So we'll go through the ways. So Synthomatic, you've got frequency here, so and that sort of shapes the brightness of the wave, I think. So we'll just put that back to where it is. So I'll show you, you've got pitch on this side, so 50% is up 1 octave. And 100% is up. But that'll be different for each kind of wave. So I'll show you. Here's this. Go to wave 1. They all do like a different thing. My favourite is actually 5. But so here's my favourite. It's kind of an octave down and up. Really nice, that one. So again, you could also control this pitch with an expression pedal. And go all the way up, we get really nice. So super useful, that one. Wave 6. Wave 7. So Synthomatic is a really good one to check out if you're looking for synth tones in the HX Stomp. As I say, Wave 5 would be my favourite. I think I'll come back to that one. Attack Synth, so this similarly does a few different things. Stock settings, you get this. And similarly, frequency is going to do, affecting basically the brightness of the thing effectively. So this is the ramp, then there's this other one. And again, that one would be quite a good one if you take the pitch all the way up. And if you take the attack down, you can get a more immediate thing, I think. Again, you can't do poly, so if you try to play more than one note at a time, that's the key to this stuff sounding good. Just you have to be really clean with it. So that might be a good one as well. So you might use that one for a lead synth. So synth string, again, this is the similar kind of stuff. If you take the speed up or down, we're varying basically a vibrato type thing. Frequency affects kind of the tone of the thing. And then attack, we can have a quicker. So super useful again. What else we got? This growler. Got like an envelope filter at the start. That's kind of our options. So for me, I think one of my favourites is that Synthomatic. So if you're going to be using stuff where you want a quick attack, maybe choose the attack synth and take the attack all the way down on the square. Take that frequency down. That's quite a cool one. Take that pitch up. So you could also consider having it before the compressor. And then maybe we could put even some distortion after it. Synth strings, it might be a good one if you take that pitch up, because that one can go super high if you need it to. So it doesn't always necessarily track amazingly well with legato or the faster stuff. But it's definitely very usable.
super sensitive to dynamics. So maybe you could try putting it after the drive and... So yeah, you have to be careful with the kind of thing that you try and play with it, and remember not to do the more than one note at a time, and you know, really attack the note. Mess around with placement of the synth. But I think those are the ones that you should be checking out if you're interested in these synth tones. Again, that frequency sort of affects brightness. You've got different sounds on each. Attack Synth Square is a really cool one. If you're looking for some kind of classic synth type tones. And then pitch does what pitch does. So 50% up an octave and 100% is up 2 octaves from wherever you start. And some of them are kind of focused in more of the bass element. So if you take them, you can get close to the... Take it up to concert pitch or whatever you would call it at 100%. Each of them can do quite a variety of tones. You could also try putting them into like a driven preset, but it stays relatively clean even if it is in a dirty kind of preset. Let's try. So yeah, maybe you could try that as well. So it can go in front of a dirty or a clean preset. So check it out. I'll just save this, I guess. So this will be JC. So those are the kind of things you can do with the synth. Obviously on the Helix you could have these on like parallel paths and stuff, and you could do that on here as well, I guess. But you know, you can do whatever you like with this sort of stuff. As I say though, I think you might want some sort of compressor after the synth most times, because it's quite sensitive and can do quite a lot of dynamic stuff. So hopefully that was useful. I'll catch you in a little bit, and I'll go and create an intro now.